Here. It's going to. All right, so I'm super excited. The Unveiled Wife has been real chatty about the event, and she's all excited. Well, I guess her person is. It's not actually her. So Alex from the Unveiled Wife is really excited about the event, and he it feels like every couple of weeks he's asking me about details and sending me things. So this morning when I got into my email, he had sent me that they would really like to be a blessing to all the contributors and offer a free copy of their book, The Unveiled Wife, for all of the contributors to use as a giveaway to grow their list and do all of those things. So it's I'll shoot, where's the link to go? The book. Here it is, A Wife After God, Drawing Closer to God and Your Husband. So I was like, whoa, that is super generous. Like, it's one thing to give us one book to give away. It's another to give 31 books. That's like, oh, pretty awesome. So that being said, I know that everyone has not had experience putting together a giveaway. So I wanted just to walk through and answer questions. And I had a couple of questions in my group. So I guess we'll start with you, Natalia, since you're here, and you, Becky. Let me know, where are you with it? What are your specific questions? What do you know how to do?
I guess my biggest one is, where's the biggest bang for the buck? Because I've got several platforms. They're all kind of tapering out at the same. You do the giveaway on one. So like if I'm going to do it on Instagram, because I think that's the one that I just feel is like easiest. I post it on Instagram, give them the 3 things to do or whatever. And then they do all those things and get entered. How does Rafflecopter, does it attach to my Instagram post, I guess?
Gotcha. So I actually offer, when I do a giveaway, I put it on all of my social media and into my email. When you set it up through Rafflecopter gives you a link, and you can create a graphic that you like and then link in the link or share the link in a post on any of your social media platforms. And they just click the link and it opens up just like an opt-in form would open up in a new screen for you to do all the things. You can do it that way. They also give you, I'm not sure if it's just on Facebook or if you can do it in another platform as well, that they will connect to your fan page. And so then you would just share it would be the whole widget would be on your fan page. So they could just enter it there instead of clicking off to another page. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Or if you wanted to put it in a blog post or even on the sidebar on your site, they give you the HTML code to put the widget there.
Okay, so it's just a matter of creating it through Rafflecopter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, and I'm going to, before we're done, I'll walk through how to set all of that up and make sure you've got all your legal verbiage in your policy disclosure.
Okay.
So, and I'll make sure to copy and paste that legal bit, like 2 or 3 paragraphs that has to be in there. You have to tell them it's not affiliated with Facebook. If you're going to run it on Facebook, you have to tell them they will be opted into your site. Like, you just have to disclose. I think they're not allowed to enter if they're 18, if they're under 18. And it is, if it's in the U.S., if you're a U.S. resident, you can only offer it to U.S. residents. So I think 2 of the contributors are in the EU. And so I'm just going to be straight up and tell you, I don't know what the rules are there. You're going to have to do some research and make sure what you can and can't offer as a giveaway within the EU and all the GDRP stuff. So full disclosure, the US and Canada, we're pretty lax about that stuff. And I think, let's see, I'm going to say I'm not going to say your name right, but Purposeful and Meaningful, Emioff, is not saying your name right, but I know you're in Africa, and I'm not sure if the rules are different there either. I haven't ever heard that they are, but I'm just going to let you figure that out. Okay. What else? What are the questions? Oh, yeah, Becky, it's not against Facebook's policy. Okay, so the rules with a giveaway in Facebook, you can tell them or ask them to visit your site. You can't have them, not your site, your page. You can't have them like or follow you. They can after they visit, but you can't tell them that's a requirement. You also can't tell them to share something on Facebook, even though you could say, check out this post, and if they like it, right, then they will share it. You can't tell them that they have to share it specifically. Let's see, we got around another group. Yeah, no, and so I try to pay attention to that because I love to do giveaways, and Facebook just wants to make sure that anything that is happening, like likes and follows on your page, that's organic and it's not just people, trying to win something. So that's their only thing. So, what else? Anything else before we jump in? Let's see. Yes, and Instagram has, even though they are tied to Facebook, they haven't put out anything like that. So you can have them follow you on Instagram. You can have them react to or comment to a post on Instagram. You can do whatever you want to there. It's just Facebook. Okay, well, if there's not anything else, I'm going to share my screen and just walk you through how to set it up on Rafflecopter. And then I'll make sure to drop any of the links and wording into a document on the Facebook page so everybody can see it. Share the screen, the whole thing. All right, so this is Rafflecopter. So you just go to rafflecopter.com. You'll have to set up an account. And I'll tell you the reason I chose Rafflecopter is because in the free version, after you have finished setting up and running your giveaway, you get access to that list. So you can add those subscribers to your list. The other platforms, you have to be on their paid version to get access to that list. And so for me, that's the whole point of a giveaway, is to grow my list. I mean, I want to bless my people too, but that is, what I'm trying to do is grow my email list. So Rafflecopter gives you access to that. You just come over here after you are signed in and logged in and set up the account. It's really fast to do that. Then you set up a new giveaway. And all right, then we're going to name the giveaway. We're going to add a prize and name it. And that fast, I already forgot what the name of the thing was. So let me copy and paste it. All right, so I'm just going to name it the product it is. The name is going to show up for them. It's going to tell them what it is. So I try to add, so the winner will receive, I can't spell, a copy of, okay, and then a wife closer to God. You can tell it, if you were going to give away more than one thing, you would just tell it how many of them. So just the details you want them to see goes there. The paid version lets you add an image, but I try to do it for free, so I'll go the paid version. All right, now it's going to start setting it up. It's going to give it a nickname. Usually it's going to pick whatever you put there. All right. Okay. Then the next thing we need to do is go into our terms and conditions. And I'm just going to go to my dashboard real quick and grab my terms and conditions. I just copy and paste them from one to the other. And it back. All right. It gives you a generic set of them. I just prefer mine. So it just tells them, okay, so then how long is it going to run? And so for the marriage event, I have them running until 8/1. And then when the winner will be chosen. All right. Tells it it's not associated with Facebook at all. The subscribers are going to be subscribed to your site, and then the site address is here. They have to be 18 or older, and just a disclosure if it's a digital product there. And so while I have you all here, I'm just going to copy and paste this into the Facebook group because I'll forget. Facebook group, hello. Let's see, let's make a date. Sure. All right. Okay, so after you have that set, you're going to come down here and tell it what you want it to do. Oh, look, it remembered what I've been, like I've made 31 already this past couple of weeks, so it remembered my options. So I'm just going to take those off so we can just start it. All right, so we're going to add an entry option. If you want them to visit your fan page, you just click it and tell it the name of your fan page and the URL to your fan page. And let's see. I'm going to spell it, so I'm going to copy and paste it. Here, you can tell it, so it will rank. It'll give you like when the giveaway is done, it's gonna randomly select a winner, and usually it selects like the one who has the most points. So like each thing that you do, you can rank it how valuable it is to you. So think about as you're setting these up, what do you want this giveaway to do? They're already going to give you their email address. So beyond that, do you want traffic to your site, traffic to your shop, or is there a social media platform you're trying to grow your following on? So whatever those things are, you don't want to have 20 things for them to do, but you could have 3 or 4, and that won't overwhelm them. So if you're trying to grow Facebook, this would be a good one. Just rank it really high. That way when they, you know what I mean, like they'll see and they did it and there. Another one, so beyond Facebook, it's just easier to invent your own. For me, that's just what I do. So in the title up here, I would say follow Joy in Christ on Pinterest. Did I spell it wrong? Pinterest. I don't know. Let's see, it'll underline it right here. All right, y'all. Seriously, spelling. It really is my kryptonite. It's no joke. Let's grab my Pinterest. Pinterest. Okay, so I copied and pasted it down here. This is going to be the HTML for it. It does it for you. Just like you would add a link in for something, you're just going to highlight your name and then press the little link in here. And this says change your URL, very helpful. And there it is. If you want to verify what they did, you could have them give you their username. But most of the time, I figure people like easy. If it's not easy, they'll click away. So I don't worry about that unless I'm asking them like a specific thing. Okay, so I'm going to save that option. All right, so another thing I want to do with this really quick is give them a little, you could do it 2 ways. So you could make a survey on SurveyMonkey and have them go take that survey. If you've done that before, if you haven't done that before, I'll tell you that asking your readers specific questions is like gold for your blog. So like this happened last year. Somebody sent us for the blog party, they sent this like fabulous planner. It was like thick, full of amazing things. And when I posted that in the Facebook group, that engaged so many people. So for that piece, I created a survey, and it very like 5 questions. Like what's your gender? What's your age? Are you married? Do you have kids? And then what is your greatest struggle in your marriage right now? What is your greatest struggle with parenting right now? And where are you in your faith walk? And then I give them like some options in there, like the faith walk, you know, are you struggling to have a quiet time? Do you need help with Bible study? How's your prayer life? Like things like that. And then gave them an option in each one to comment other. So we are in June of this year, and I have not nearly gotten through writing blog posts just answering the specific struggles they told me they're having. So from that, my traffic has gone up like crazy. So I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to know what your readers want to read about. It also helped me launch 2 products this year that are selling very well because it answered a specific thing that more than half of them said they needed in the survey. So one of these in the giveaway could be, would you take a 2-minute survey? And then, or ask them the question that you want answered in the survey. So you could invent your own. I don't know, does the, let's see if the poll works here. Nope, it's paid. All right, that's what I thought. Okay, so you could say, excuse me, survey question, or maybe you're much more creative and you'd call it something else. And then ask them the question here. What is the greatest struggle in your, and just fill in the blank, whatever your niche is. You know, if your niche is marriage, if your niche is parenting, if it's, you know, fitness, if it's simplicity, whatever it is. And then here you would collect information from the visitors. You would just re-ask the question to remind them. And you could make this option mandatory. So they have to answer that question before they're entered to win. Does that make sense? All right. Doing a survey is super easy too. So you can go just survey monkey. All right. And creating a survey just takes a second. It's not at all hard. So you can start, you can name it, whatever. So reader survey. Sure. And whatever questions you want to ask. All right, you could have it be a comment box. You could give them, make it multiple choice. I like remembers those ones I've done. Okay, so it could be multiple choice, and you could give them, you know, the options, maybe communication, maybe intimacy. Okay, or whatever it is. All right, you just go through the options, and then when you're done, yes. Okay. I did this too. Here's my next step. Oh, it's probably over here under the screen. Next. Yes. Next. All right, so then you would just get the link to the survey and put that here. So survey question, complete this. Survey. Just highlight the text and make it a link. You don't have to collect any information if you don't want to and make it mandatory. And then you have a reader survey that they'll tell you exactly what they want you to write to them. Okay, so after you decide what you're going to put in for them to do, you're going to set the start and end date. So you already decided when it's going to start and end and told them in the disclosure. You're just going to fix that here. So what day is this? Oh, sorry. Remembering. It remembers if you do enough of them. So these must be the ones I did there. So let's say it started today. It's going to end August 1st. That's it. Okay. On the installation page, this is the link. So you would just copy and paste it with whatever you're sharing. So if you're sharing it in your email address, here's the link for the giveaway and click here. If you're sharing it on social media, you just need to create a graphic. You could even just share a graphic from the site, the picture of the book, which is, let's make sure we put it on the page. So the wife after God's heart, and all of her stuff is clickable, so you can just right click and save the image and then share it on social media with the link to the giveaway code. If you are going to share it on your site, you click in here to get the HTML code. All right, so it could be as simple as adding it to the end of your teaser post. You could add it to whatever post you write next week and share that one. It doesn't matter if it's related to this event or not, unless you want to use it to share about the event, which is always great. To get it on your page, if you're in WordPress, and it's different with Wix. I'm not really sure, and I can't remember which one of you. One of you is using Wix and you don't have access to the HTML code. So you would just put the graphic in the post and then link the graphic, or tell them click here to enter and then link the graphic to the click here, however that works best for you. If you're in WordPress and I'm pretty sure Blocker, you should be able just to open up your post. So right now, add a picture of it above where you're going to put the widget, and I would put it at the end with a little blurb about the giveaway. Thanks to the unveiled wife. For giving away a copy of whatever the name of the book is. I don't know why I can't remember. Okay, then I always put like an asterisk, a set of asterisks here so I can find it in the code because I don't read HTML code. And then go behind here to the text tab. And you can search. It's going to be at the end. That's easy to find if it's the end. If you didn't put it at the end and you press Control F, you can find different blocks in your HTML code. And so I just find the asterisks. All right, we're going to get rid of the asterisks because we really don't have asterisks on our page. That's weird. Okay, so I'm going to give some space here around it, and I'm just going to paste the HTML code I copied off of Rafflecopter. So it's there. When you go back to your visual, it looks like this. When you go into the live post, the ones for there. Okay, so when you go into the post after you've published it, you see the widget itself. Okay, and it's good after you publish your post, go ahead and enter the drawing yourself. When people see that people are already entering it, it creates engagement and they will enter after it. But if it looks like nobody's entering it, nobody will enter it. I'm not sure why that works, but it does. If you were going to put it on your sidebar, which is another option if you don't want to put it on a blog post, that's really easy to do too. So you can go into a new post. And once you're in the new post, okay, we have like 10 minutes left on the recording. Okay, so Okay, so you don't need to title it. You just put your image in of the book. And let's see, I have something. I'm sorry, there. Then underneath of it, still go back into your HTML. You would post the HTML piece there. Come back over. Probably want everything centered. You would copy it and then paste it into a widget in your widget section. Oh, there, appearance, widgets. You don't have to save it. Okay, so we're just gonna add a text widget to the sidebar. Text, and added it here. Go into the text and put your HTML code and title it giveaway. And then if you save that, the giveaway will be on your sidebar. Okay, here real quick. I'm gonna come back here. Okay. So since you're here, do you have any questions?
I think you've answered them all.
All right. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Here, I'm gonna stop recording. And if anybody watching it after the fact, if you have any questions, just private message me on Facebook or drop the question into the Facebook group. There's not any such thing as a dumb question, and probably someone else has the question. So just be brave and ask. Be brave and ask. If I know the answer, I'll answer it. If I don't, someone else in the group knows the answer. There are several people who run giveaways all the time within the group. So, all right, I'm going to stop the recording.